Hello everyone, welcome to Ian's Bricks. So I'm actually at the cinema in Bournemouth. This is the Odeon Cinema, the BH2 complex, and I'm here because my friend Michelle has managed to get a couple of tickets to a sort of a preview showing of the new Pharrell Williams and Lego movie, which is called Piece by Piece. I'm not sure what I feel about this movie, if I'm honest. I've sort of seen a couple of trailers. It's sort of all about Pharrell Williams and his life and this, that and the other, but it's sort of done in the form of Lego. It sounds like a bit of a sort of a self-indulgent sort of thing to me, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm keeping myself fairly open-minded about what the film's going to be like. So yeah, we're just sort of waiting in the sort of upper area here of the cinema. We can't quite get into the actual cinema screen just yet because we're a little bit early, what I'm obviously not going to be able to show you any of the film itself, but what I will do is I'll sort of share my thoughts about what I thought about the film and whether it was better or worse than I thought it was. As I say, my expectations are fairly low for this film, I have to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. But big thank you to my friend Michelle for getting tickets. She got them through Sky or something like one of these Sky reward things, so it's not cost us anything. We've just been for something to eat, and now we're at the cinema just sort of waiting for the film to start. So I will let you know how it all goes. Okay, so I'm in the cinema. I've got my seat. It's a little bit dark in here. My friend Michelle's shining a light on me at the moment. So yeah, we're just waiting for the film to start now. We've got the comfy seats at the front. Basically, it's sit where you like. So there's the 2 rows of comfy seats with footrests at the front, and then the rest of the seats are behind. So we got the comfy seats. Yay! So, just come out of the cinema and just on the way back to the car. So, interesting film. I think what I'll do is have a think about what I've just seen, and I'll go home and have a share of my thoughts of what I thought about that film. I'm going to make my way back to the car using one of the barrel scooters that are in Bournemouth. So that's all ready to go. Let's get on it and head back to the car. Pretty good fun, this. Thank you. Right, final destination. Back on its stand. Just leave the scooters in one of their bays, and my car is literally just round here, round the corner. And then I've got to drive home. Take me about half an hour to get home. So I'm back home again after my little trip into Bournemouth. And so what did I think of the film? To be quite honest, it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much, if I'm honest. I thought the animation was very, very good. I just thought the storyline, which is basically the life of Pharrell Williams, just isn't, for me, particularly that interesting. There were some interesting parts. There seemed to be a lot of name dropping in there. I guess that's his career, and he's been closely associated with quite a lot of sort of famous people. I suppose you get that in the music industry. I did find myself nodding off to sleep after around about 40 minutes, an hour, that kind of thing, halfway through the film. It was the sort of the part of the film where they were sort of talking about doing things in the studio, and my mind just started to wander. I suppose I was a little bit tired from working that day, and I generally just started to closing my eyes. Plus I was in those rather nice reclining seats at the Odeon Cinema, so that didn't help either. I sort of got the impression that there was quite a few people in the audience as well. Nobody seemed to be particularly... You weren't getting a lot of audience reactions. There weren't a lot of sort of really funny jokes in there or anything. It was very much just him being interviewed and then the story being told in Lego. What's interesting, I've had a look on Wikipedia and things since as to sort of Rotten Tomatoes and how well it's been perceived. And the film critics seem to like it. It's got quite a high rating. Me personally, yeah, I think I would have been disappointed if I'd have paid a lot of money to go and see that. I know normally at the cinema in Bournemouth, you know, you're talking about £18-20 to see a film these days, especially if you get some of the nicer seats. I think if I'd have paid that kind of money to go and see that and had sort of a big expensive night out and all this kind of stuff, it would have wouldn't have been very happy about it. I mean, look, it was all right. It wasn't. I didn't find it particularly sort of too boring or unwatchable. I just thought the content really just wasn't really my cup of tea. I just didn't really relate to sort of his life really, I suppose. I mean, I'm not obviously a music producer. I don't live in America, so there's a lot of things. I mean, we're a very similar age actually. I had a look on Wikipedia. I'm only a couple of years older than Pharrell Williams, but yeah, I just didn't seem to relate to the story. I didn't particularly find it that interesting. Obviously, towards the end of the film, it got to the part, I suppose, where most people would know more about Pharrell Williams with his sort of Get Lucky songs and Happy and things like that. So, and there was some decent music in there. It sort of, you know, it was sort of okay. Obviously, I wasn't able to take any shots of the actual film itself because I would have probably get a YouTube strike or probably not allowed to sort of film in the cinema. So I didn't want to sort of get kicked out or anything like that. But yeah, I think for me, I just didn't quite gel with it, even though it was all in Lego. And it does make me think what the target audience for this film is. I mean, you've sort of got, I suppose, kids on one side, and there were quite a few younger people in there as well going to see the film. There is a little bit of mild swearing in there, nothing too heavy, and sort of a little hint there at them being a little bit high in the back of a car at one stage. But there was nothing sort of too bad. I think it's rated sort of PG-13, I think, in this country. I don't know what the ratings are these days, but I think you have to go and see it with an adult if you've got parental guidance. But yeah, I just don't quite see what the target audience for the film is. I just think it's not an interview about someone's life story, isn't particularly interesting to younger children, certainly. I think the older generation who might be interested in his life story, do they want to see it played out in Lego pieces? Maybe a lot of people don't. So yeah, I don't quite know where they're going for with this particular thing. It's an interesting thing. I do thought it was very quite self-indulgent really, the whole thing, but then, you know, hey, that's pop stars, I suppose, they like that kind of thing. So yeah, I think as ratings wise, as out of 10, I think I would probably give it probably a 4 out of 10. I was thinking maybe 3.5, but maybe 4 out of 10. So visually it was very good. There was some good sort of music in there, and the sound was very, very good. But yeah, I just thought the actual story, the life story, I didn't quite gel with it. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I did ask my friend Michelle, who kindly provided the free tickets for us both to go and see it, what she thought of it. I mean, she's probably even less into Pharrell Williams than I am, and she gave it a 2 out of 10. So she really didn't enjoy it. I think she fell asleep through the end of it as well. But thank you anyway, Michelle, for letting me go with you. I think it was an interesting thing to go and see. Would I have, if I didn't have the free tickets, would I have gone to see it at the cinema? Probably not, because again, I've seen trailers for it and things like that, but I just didn't really think the film would be for me, and I probably, after watching it, I'm probably correct in that. And would I watch it again if it came on sort of Netflix? Probably not. It's not the kind of thing I'd want to watch again, really. So yeah, just slightly disappointing, and I don't quite know what sort of Lego was sort of thinking about when they would sort of agree to do this kind of thing. I mean, they've done a Batman movie and an Ninjago movie and things like that. They seem to work. They're more for kids and aimed at kids, and there's jokes and humour in there. But yeah, it does seem to be a bit lacking in a lot of parts for me. Anyway, I'll maybe stick to playing with Lego and buying Lego than doing movie reviews. But I just thought, because it was a Lego-based film and I had the opportunity to go and see it, I just thought it was worth sort of giving my viewpoints as to what I thought about this film. So I do hope you enjoyed my little trip to the cinema and my little review at the end. Thank you very much for watching this video, and there will be more sort of usual videos, me going to the Lego store, me doing hauls and shows and things like that coming up soon, so keep an eye out for those. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.